Good evening. I'm here with Calin Rovinescu, ex-CEO, President of Air Canada, recently retired Calin Rovinescu, and also our guest of honor here tonight. We thank you very much, Calin, for accepting that role. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience at Air Canada and how, while you were there during your tenure, there was a lot of mergers, acquisitions, divestitures?
Sure, and in fact this is something that is not really well known when someone looks at what Air Canada is today, that it actually is the product of several, I'd say fairly important M&A transactions over time. In fact, in 1999 there was a hostile bid for Air Canada by Onyx, American Airlines and Canadian Airlines, which we managed to defeat. Having defeated that, we then acquired Canadian Airlines, which gave us at Air Canada access to the west in addition to the east and access to the Pacific routes in addition to the Atlantic routes, and that created a very, very strong national carrier. Then, of course, we had 9/11, and 9/11 we had the catastrophic impact for the industry, and the industry went into restructuring, and as a result of the restructuring, we then divested some assets. We divested our regional operation, which became Jazz Aviation. We divested our maintenance business, heavy maintenance business, which we then subcontracted back. And we divested Aeroplan, or at least a part of it then, only to reacquire Aeroplan back some 14, 15 years later when we could. And as a result of that, you look at Air Canada today, and it's the product of the important transactions that took place over that 20-year period.
Calin, I was with my daughter this weekend, and I told her that I would be interviewing you, and I asked her, I said, what would you ask of the President of Air Canada? And I have to say, the comment that she said is, she said, Air Canada does a great job. We fly a lot, and she thanks you for everything that you've done there. But maybe more important to what we're doing here tonight, how do you see recovery in the industry, the airline industry, and the travel industry in particular? What are your views on that?
Well, one of the things that COVID has shown us and shown really the world is that the airline industry is quite resilient, and especially for companies that were well capitalized and that had strong business plans coming into the pandemic. And so when we look at where we are today, the recovery has been phenomenally strong, I would say, especially over the last 6 months. We saw some of the problems that resulted in with so much traffic over the summer months, but we're now at a stage where we're seeing I'd say industry-wide a really excellent recovery. We had slower business travel, just like the downtowns are empty. Obviously, people at the beginning were not traveling for business, but now that too is coming back. And even in the last couple of weeks, the two largest U.S. carriers reported phenomenal sales. So I'd say that the recovery is in full swing, and with some predicting that 2023 will be at least as good as 2019 and maybe better.
Thank you very much. Perhaps one last personal question. Recently retired CEO, President of Air Canada. How do you keep busy these days?
Well, I stay involved in a bunch of different things. I'm on a couple of public company boards. I'm involved with a private equity firm. So still involved in lots of activity. I'm still Chancellor until the end of this year of the University of Ottawa. And I'm involved with several charitable initiatives. And so this next chapter can be a very, very fun and stimulating chapter, provided you keep yourself adequately engaged.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Great honor. Thank you, Calin Rovinescu, ex-President and CEO of Air Canada. Thank you very much.
Thank you.